Hi and welcome to Pillars of Eternity. So this is a game by Obsidian that's kind of an old school RPG like Baldurs Gate and Winter Nights and stuff like that. So I'm really excited about playing this. It will be a lot of text, I guess. So there will be a lot of reading, but it should be okay. So I haven't even started the game yet, so let's hope it doesn't crash. So let's go for a new game. So we have 4 different difficulty settings. So I guess I go with normal. Yeah, no Iron Man challenge, please. Let's just go with that.
Five wagons grope blindly for the path on a starless night, their master glancing ever upward to the skies for assurance that he is on the right course. A dim lantern his only protection against the encroaching darkness. But the skies bring no comfort, shining no light, betraying no hint of what they know. The caravan carries travelers bound for the frontier hamlet of Gilded Vale, you among them, where a local lord has offered land and wealth to settlers from abroad looking for a fresh start. You have taken suddenly ill, sweating and shivering, and one of the other travelers signals for the caravan master to stop on your behalf. He pulls up just in time to avoid plowing into the trunk of a fallen tree that bars the way ahead. You will go no further tonight.
Okay, so that was not the most interesting opening sequence ever, but let's create our character. So I guess I will go with male. Makes sense. So I don't think there is any differences in the gender. But the races are different, so we have humans. They get a bonus to resolve. So you can read the tooltips yourself, I guess, but yeah, so might is kind of your brute force stat. And this is resolve, I guess, is kind of almost like charisma as well as, yeah, I guess charisma is kind of nice. So we have the Aumwa, whatever they are called, Amwa. So they have a lot of might. And then we have the dwarves. They have a bonus to might as well, but they have a lower dexterity and higher constitution than the average races. And then we have the elves. Like always, they have a bonus to dexterity and perception. So you can read what dexterity does. And perception. Yeah. And then we have Orlan. I guess they are not gnomes. But yeah. Okay, so they have a bonus to resolve, less might and higher perception. So yeah, feels like gnomes, but whatever. And then we have the godlike. So they have a bonus to dexterity as well as intellect. cool. I haven't really thought about what kind of character I'm going to build, but I guess that most of the time you will get like your ordinary fighter kind of tank in like the first quests, and one magic user and perhaps one rogue as well. The godlikes are kind of cool. Elves could be useful, I guess. I think it will also make some impact in the dialogue stuffs as well. I could wonder if I can check the classes. Let's just check the classes. Okay, so we can get a sub race as well. I was thinking about a druid, so perhaps a monk. But then we have to fight with our fists, I guess. Yeah, so let's go with a druid. So I wonder if dwarves can be druids. An elf makes the most sense, I guess. Looks like I'm running around with a mushroom, but it's a small buckler, I think. Okay, so let's go with the race and have to choose a sub race. So the wood elf gains an advantage against enemies that are more than 4 meters away. I don't know how druids will work, if they are up in the face or more casters. And the pale elves have increased resistance against burning and freezing. Yeah, I could actually go with the wood elf. I mean, even if I have to go into melee, there will always be people with bows and stuff shooting and being like pain in the behind. So let's just read a bit about the druid. So, animists at heart, druids tap into the spiritual power that flows through the simple living things of Eora. Plants, animals, and sometimes even living stone. While not necessarily religious, druids do have a reverence for the natural world and a keen interest in understanding its mysteries. In most cultures, druids are understood as a sort of primal magician, but amongst the clan Fatons, Nastikai, and many rural cultures, they have a high position of influence and authority. So, abilities. Spirit Shift. All druids have mastered one animalistic form. These forms give the druid strong melee abilities and grant additional power while the druid is shifted. So that's cool. You can shift into a kind of animal. I don't know if you have to choose one, or I mean, it says that you should master one, so I guess I have to choose only one animal form. And then they have some spells. Druids have access to a variety of offensive and some support-oriented spells. Every 2 levels, druids automatically gain access to an additional set of spells. Initially, their spells can be cast a limited number of times per rest. As druids gain power, their weaker spells eventually shift to per encounter use. So, from what I know in this game, you will have to rest to regain health and stuff, and also you will get tired after fighting like for 8 hours and stuff like that, so then you will have to rest. So when you rest, you will also replenish your spell usages, but when you level up, you might be able to use spells every encounter instead. So every new battle or encounter you can use new spells. So that's cool. Okay, so for our, I guess, level up or basic stats and the level ups, we will get low endurances and low health, and also very low accuracy but very high deflection. So I guess you will not be fighting that much without using the animal form. I think this is a bad idea to go with druid in your first playthrough, but whatever. So now we have to choose our spirit shifts. Yeah, that's so we can choose to go with the bear. High damage reduction. Okay. So this is like your tank form, I would guess. So yeah, it says that you can use this per encounter, so that's nice. I thought that this would be like only once per rest or something. Okay, so we have the boar. Okay, so the boar will regenerate endurance and inflict damage over time with its melee attacks. So I guess it's like you do bleed attacks with the boar in some way. And endurance, the thing is, in this game, I know that you have health, but you also have endurance. And endurance is like the health you have in this fight. So after the fight, you will gain new endurance, but your health will decrease with the amount of damage you took in the fight. So it might get a little bit better explained in the game, I guess. So you can go with the shapeshift of a cat, and the cat can attack fast and also make some even faster attacks for short periods of time. So this is like a DPS or damage dealer type. Okay, and then we have a stag. The stag spirit shift has higher defenses and can attack groups of enemies with its melee carnage attack. So that's interesting that you can go with a cat and do damage, but also the stag can do AoE attacks. And then we have the wolf. And the wolf is quick and can also make enemies go prone. And the prone is like a stun, I guess. So there is already hard choices to be made. But I think there will... I don't really want to build my druid as a tank. I mean, it's kind of counter in... because... or well, I guess if I use my druid as a supportive caster, and if I get attacked I can go with the bear form or the boar form. It's not that bad, and the boar sounds like it would look silly, so I can go with the boar, I think. Attributes. So here are our attributes, and they are, we have bonuses in perception and resolve, I guess, and perception. This is because we are druids and elves, I guess. I guess that these stars means that they are primary attributes in some way. And the thing is with might is that it will increase magic as well, so it's not just like strength. So that's kind of cool. I don't think you should increase constitution that much, which I find a little bit strange. Okay, so they want us to go for intellect and might and some resolve. I think I have to go a little bit with the constitution. I mean, otherwise I will be dead meat too easy. So thinking about spreading my points evenly like this perhaps should be okay. Yeah. I mean, you can never go wrong with constitution, I think. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't have to choose any kind of like spells, because I will learn all spells as a druid, I guess. So we have to choose our culture. So we can get a bonus to resolve, dexterity, resolve, intellect, constitution, might, or perception. And it looks like it will impact our starting gear as well. So I can't even remember what these different kinds of stats did. I mean, I know that might was one of the ones I should focus on. And it looks like you get kind of a shield as well as a sword, so looks like a well-rounded starting gear. Yeah, let's just go with the might. And the background as well. So this will impact our kind of secondary stats, I guess you can call it. So we can gain additional survival, and this will increase our food and potion item effects. You can have stealth and survival bonuses from the drifter, or lore and survival from explorer, and I guess that lore should be what the druid focuses on. I don't really care about survival that much. Perhaps go with lore and mechanics, I guess. I'll go with the scientist, I guess. Yeah, makes sense. So we have 3 different heads to choose from. Look a little bit girly, I have to say. And they can't have facial hair. Outrageous. Okay, let's find some hair that fits. I mean, if you're going to be a druid, it had to be some kind of tribal stuffs, I guess. While still looking elf-like. It's so hard to choose. But I think I will go with this one. Looks alright, I think. Colors. Well, druid should be running around in brown things. Makes sense. Skin looks okay. The hair. Yeah, should be okay. Let's find ourselves a fitting portrait, and there is a lot of different ones. I guess they are kind of ordered according to race and stuff. Well, that's a druid, if I ever seen one. Yeah. So let's find ourselves a nice voice.
Yes? I shall lead us. Yeah. Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Huh? I've got this.
Let's go!
My eyes are peeled. Huh? I've got this.
Onward!
Easy now. I'm here.
I've got this.
This one, perhaps?
Quickly and quietly.
Some brat kind of druid. Should work. So we will need a name. Let's go with trucker, like that. Let's go. Alright, so let's start reading. The caravan master finishes addressing the group, his bushy red mustache and sagging jowls quivering as if for emphasis.
Everybody stays close to the wagons, got it? Stay out of the woods, and beasts take you if you were planning a stroll through those ruins up there. Whole area's crawling with hut-dwelling types who would be happy to stick an axe in you for trespassing. So mind that you don't track mud on their sacred blazing rocks. Tonight, everybody stays put, and in the morning we'll get the path cleared. Gilded Vale's less than a day out. Understood? Touch of the rumbling rot, could be. There's a stinging beetle round here, carries it. You'll be fine once it passes your innards. Unless you don't drink water, of course. Which case you'll be dead in a day. There's a berry grows in these parts, small and pink, called a springberry, about the size of a fingernail. Give you cramps if you eat it, but the frontiersmen make a tea from it. Calms the insides. Should get you through the night. You might check around, see if you can find some. Meanwhile, I'll see if we can scare you up some water. I know you want to hunt before it gets much darker, but see about refilling our water first. Got a sick one here.
Okay, so it's time to choose some dialogue options. So where would I find these berries?
They grow on a bush that's common round here, kind of funny looking. You'll know it when you see it. Doubt you'd have to go far off the road to find one.
What are those ruins?
Nothing you won't see on half the hills of Air Glonfoth. Money to be made selling their knickknacks in Defiance Bay, if you don't mind getting stuck with Glonfoth and arrows now and again. They didn't build them, but I'll be the effigy if they don't watch them like a mother bear. Of course, all the ones around here have been ransacked 10 times over. Got nothing left worth half a pawn, so I hear.
Okay, so now we got a tutorial message. Your character's attributes, skills, class, race, culture and sex may all open up options for you in dialogue. These options are not necessarily superior to other responses, but give you a wider variety of choices to select from. The manner in which someone responds to your choices depends on the individual personality and attitude. So I guess that since I choose like scientist or something, I get additional dialogues in this, or dialogue options.
Got different names for them. Settlers called them Ingwithans. Nobody that liked them enough to stop them becoming ruins, tell you that much.
Is it dangerous out here?
Not if you hurry about your business.
Okay.
And not if the weather holds up.
What kind of weather do they get out here?
This time of year, rain mostly, and wind. But there's a different kind of wind out here time to time. Locals call it a beowick, born out of the ether, the spirit's path. Never seen it myself, never care to.
Okay, so what are these huge rocks coming out of the ground?
They don't got Adra where you come from? Well, it just grows up out of the ground like this. Goes deep like tree roots. Some of it all the way to the heart of the world, you believe the stories.
I guess we are talking about these rocks.
It's more like a shell than a proper rock. Easier to work if you're a mason. Got all kinds of strange properties. Seems to have some kind of life of its own. Dies if it gets dug up. Loses its luster. Folks think it probably grew at one point or another, but not these days. The soul butchers in Defiance Bay use it for different things. I've heard tell it can hold a man's soul, but I don't care to see it. Got enough to worry about without seeing something like that.
Okay, so let's go and see about those berries then.
Hold on. Take someone with you. I know you're not some helpless tenderfoot, not like most of this lot. But you drop dead, I don't want to be looking for the body. Got a schedule to keep. Kalisha. Kalisha! He needs to find some spring berries. Watch that he doesn't drop dead.
No promises.
Nice.
What kind of guide says something like that?
Kind you can afford.
Don't listen to her, you're in good hands. And I pay too well, if anything.
Okay.
Off with you. Hayden should have supplies. See that you're equipped before you head out. We're in harsh country. Get your berries and hurry back. And if you get so much as a tickle of wind, you drop everything and you run. Something in the air tonight. If it's a Beawick, we'll shelter in the ruins. Hut dwellers be damned.
Yeah, okay.
You heard the man. Let's get going before you keel over.
So, game on, I guess. So, they want us to check all the different kind of settings, I guess.
Sure.
So,
Huh?
I'm already getting annoyed with the voice acting, but
What you
anyway.
need?
Huh?
So we have our main dude,
What you
and
need?
then we have Kaliska, and she has a lot more endurance
Yeah.
and health than we do. Okay, so we can move. Okay, and we can select multiple
Huh?
party members
Got it.
like this, and tab to check what we can interact with. So we can interact with this crate if we have one mechanics. I don't think I have mechanics. I'm not really sure how to check, to be honest, like this I guess. So she has 0 mechanics, and my guy has 1 mechanics. That's nice.
Huh?
Let's go then. Check out what kind of loot we got. So we got a potion of minor endurance. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's like a HP pot, I guess.
No problem.
And another barrel. We have some clothing. Okay. And this...
Anyone need supplies? I've got sundries for sale.
This is the guy that he wants us to talk to about getting some equipment. You see a man wearing simple but mostly neat clothes. He is transfixed, however, by a ragged tear in the seam of his tunic.
Brought a whole wagon full of goods to sell, but not enough shirts for the road. Say, is there anything you need? I've got some basic traveling supplies for sale if you'd like to take a look.
Who are you?
I'm a trader, originally from the Adir Empire, but I've been trying to establish new business out here. Life on the road has brought some unexpected challenges, to be sure. And I'm sure you've noticed how prickly the locals can be. But we're here to make the most of things, right?
Okay. Yeah, let's go with this one. If you think these caravaneers are prickly, watch out for those axe wielders Odema mentioned. Odema was the caravan leader, I guess. He laughs. That's excellent advice indeed. Okay, so now we have some kind of disposition reputation, so
Something
I guess
else you
by
need?
being kind
Looks
of
like
a
we're settled for the night.
smart ass and stuff like that, you will get a reputation. So tell me about the Adir Empire.
It's not as big as it used to be, but it's still big. The mainland is a continent northwest of here, but the colonies used to include Raed Ceres and the Deerwood. About 150 years ago, Deerwood won its independence from the Empire. A fact our companions are quick to remind me of.
Okay, some bad blood, I guess. Why did you move all the way out here?
Because it seemed friendlier than Raed Ceres? My brothers took over the family mercantile business a few years ago, and there wasn't enough for me to do back home. I moved out to try and expand.
Deerwood is a former Adir colony, so it seemed like a good place to start. And as much as I admire the Red Syrians' work ethic, they always struck me as a little fanatical. Okay, so that's high-minded of you. Just doing my part. Let's see what you got. So this is the store, I guess. And we have 100 copper pieces. Is this used for anything at all? Let's just sell him this clothing, I guess. What on earth is this? Yeah, let's just sell that one. Here's some lockpicks. Goodbye. Might not be that bad of an idea. Let's check what kind of items we have. So we have a sword and a large shield. And Kaliska has a torch and a battle axe. Okay, so the torch can do some fire damage, I guess. Let's see if we can find these berries. Open the area map to see parts of the map you have already been to and what's left to explore. Okay, so what's I guess I can just use M for that, yes. Sparfall, that's the hunter, I think.
I'll have your water soon enough. Stream's not going anywhere.
Okay, thank you, I guess.
Let's check by those outcroppings.
Okay, so now we have a fight, I guess. And we have information about the enemy in the top left, even if we know like nothing about it. So Kaliska can use the knockdown attack, and it will make the enemy go prone for 5.5 seconds. I guess she can use it.
Yeah.
And then we have our druid. So what kind of spells does he has? So we can charm animals. First level druid spell. So I guess yeah, charm for 10 seconds, so it's not like permanent or anything like that. Dancing balls. So This is a kind of straight up damage thing. Then we have Nature's Mark. It will make enemies easier to hit. Yeah. And then we have Nature's Vigor. So this will regenerate endurance as well as raising the max endurance on party members. So it's kind of a heal, I have to say. So what's this then? Sunbeam, burn damage, and blinding. Sounds cool. Talon's Reach. So it's an AoE slashing attack. Then we have Tangle Foot. That will make the enemies hobbled, reducing their dexterity and movement. Sounds okay, I guess. Then we have a piercing attack or piercing spell that may even sicken people, reducing their attributes. And then we have a freezing skill. Okay, so I guess it makes sense to use there's so many AoE attacks, I think. Oh, let's try this one. I don't know if he will be able to cast it.
Worthy.
Okay. I think I will miss with this spell, but anyway. Okay. There is a lot of introductions or tutorial. Oh, okay. He's down already.
Sure.
Great job. So let's just check if I lost that. Yeah, no. That's strange. I thought I was only going to be able to use it once per rest or something.
This is it.
And here's our berries. Okay, so Kaliska is talking to us. Because we are scientists, she says this, I guess. You're some kind of scientist, the way I hear it. So what are we going to answer? I learned to harness it to solve crimes. I'm thinking about how I'm going to make my character. Well, let's just go with some kind of knowledge-thirsty guy. Yeah, how is it you happen to come here? Alchemy is dangerous. I was near killed in an accident. It doesn't really answer the question, but whatever. Hazard of the lifestyle, I suppose. You had to expect it was a possibility, no matter how much you didn't want it to be that way. It's been a long time since I've been this way, but I've always liked it. Been this way, okay. Lord Redrick's offer makes a girl think. I'll give him that. You're here to settle, like the rest of the lot? So they told us in the beginning that we are like a settler giving a piece of land from some kind of lord. Well, I haven't given it much thought. No harm in that. Might as well see the place first. So You must have some other plan in mind from coming this way. Okay, so what should I go for? Getting into trouble, I expect. Ha! You come to the right country. This whole place is crawling with troublemakers. It's a point of pride for them. Anyway, I'm wasting time here. Odema will give me an earful. Let's be on our way. So, why are you here? My sister moved out here some time back. She sent me a letter. She seemed worried. But that's how she always is. This time though, she asked me to come out, and that got me a little worried. Okay? I haven't seen her in ages. Been doing guide work in Ixamitl. But I'll do anything for her. She's much better woman than me. So I'm here and we'll see. Odema I worked with before. He doesn't usually drive a route this way, but he's doing it for me. Okay, so that's nice of him. Seems like a good guy, this Odema, stopping because we are sick and stuff like that. Tell me about yourself. I've got simple needs. I like open skies and far horizons. I find work that lets me live that way. Like a guide, I guess. My family wanders too. We started in Deerwood, but my parents ended up in the Living Lands. I got a brother in Rotai and another in Edward. My sister in the Gilded Whale. She's the only real homebody. Okay. What can you tell me about Deerwood? I'm not much for history, but from what I know, it used to be part of the Edward Empire. Broke off after war some years back. The locals here are feisty, and that's how they like it. Feisty. I don't know. I've been out of touch, but I've been hearing weird things. Hearing weird kind of things about it lately. People having trouble giving birth, I guess. A lot of them. Been going on for years. But somehow it's getting worse. I'll have to ask my sister more about it. So this can be one of the reasons why the sister is calling out for Kaliska, because of the giving birth thing. Alright, let's get back to camp. You know, I wouldn't hold my breath that Sparfell getting your water in anytime soon. He does what he feels like, when he feels like it. We should check up on him first. Slap him around a little. Stream's just down that way. Come on. Let's get you your water. End dialogue. Okay. So we got berries, and now we should get some water, I guess. Some more loot. Burned lady. Guess it's some kind of reagent for crafting. Sounds like a stream somewhere here. Nope. Okay, here it is. Let's go and see what's this all about. A deer, okay. Travelers, maybe, or looters, or bandits. Bad sign anyway. Yeah, finding dead people seems like a real bad time, so...
No problem.
So we got some kind of armor. It has a higher damage reduction. So yeah, there is different types of damage types, I guess. So this padded armor reduces crush, pierce most, but even some burning and corrode. So I wonder if this damage reduction is the average, and then if the damage type isn't listed here, it will have 6, or will it have 0? I guess it will have 6. So this is a kind of a nice armor, I think. Let's try it on and check her gear as well. Yeah, she has 7 damage reduction, so let's go with the blade mail or whatever she has. So yeah, it should be.
What a surprise. Sparfle went hunting. At least he left the water skins. Come on.
Okay, so this is the water skin.
Yeah?
What? No one is reading this? Okay. You crouch at the riverbank and dip your water skin into the cool water, while Kaliska waits nearby, keeping watch. As you rise, you notice her look up sharply towards the tree line. Out of the trees emerges Sparfle, one of the guides, barely discernible in the dim moonlight. He no longer carries his bow, and there is a strangeness to his gait, a spastic wobble in his ordinary deft stride as he moves toward you with labored breath.
Sparfle? Are you alright?
Sparfle's toes catches on a rock and he collapses forward in a heap, the feathered shaft of an arrow planted between his shoulders like an enemy flag. So yeah, that's a bad sign. We have
Ambush!
ambush, okay. Alright, so
Huh?
I could
What you
let
need?
Kaliska go take care of this melee dude, I guess. Like that.
Yeah?
And then we could try to use this boar thing, I guess. Alright. So, yeah, that's one ugly boar, I have to say. Sometimes a weapon or spell simply isn't well suited to penetrate an enemy's damage reduction. When the attack hits, the damage reduction will wipe out all but a small percentage of the incoming damage. You will hear your characters complain about it when it happens. Okay. So, I wonder... who was complaining? Is it Kaliska that is complaining? Okay, so I can see the rolls here. So Kaliska had 30 accuracy, but this guy had 40 defense. Yeah. Okay.
Huh?
Let's just continue on and see what's happened. So Kaliska is taking some damage. I wonder if looks like, I don't know. Okay, so it will not use our weapons when we are in beast form. So yeah, so we are using tusks that does piercing damage. Let's just check our accuracy. So my main guy only has 20 accuracy. So yeah. Okay. I guess this will explain itself as we go. Okay. Oh man, this boar looks crazy.
Come on, we have to get back to camp.
So she didn't do that great, I have to say. And I think it's because the slash damage from the battle axe wasn't very effective against the bandits that just loot stuff. You have a hunting bow.
Got it.
Oh, I didn't see what that was, but anyway. And we have an item. Some beer, okay. One damage reduction for 5 minutes. That's kind of nice, I guess. So that survival perk might actually be useful. Okay, so you are supposed to head back.
Time to see and not be seen.
Okay, so you can sneak. Okay, we have a enemy.
Stay quiet.
So can we sneak? Okay, we have 2 enemies. Okay.
Yeah?
Could go with the shapeshift boar, but now let's try the sunbeam on this guy while she knocks down the melee guy. Oh, they are
Beyond
3 guys. Okay. Okay, she will do a knockdown. And let's just... no users left. Well, then let's go with the boar thingy then. And the boar can attack
No problem.
the ranged guy, keeping him occupied. Nice. Let's attack the one that is almost dead. Nice. I wonder if I get a bonus for attacking from behind. It should work, I think.
Sure. Sure.
Stay quiet.
That's a lot of loot. Seems a little bit weaker than the ones we have.
Yeah?
Yeah, this is some dead people. I see dead people. Okay.
What
Oops,
you need?
we are getting detected, I think. Okay, all around you lie the massacred remains of the other travelers, peppered with arrows and knife hilts, splayed and bug-eyed and filthy on the blood-damped earth. Kaliska puts the back of her left hand to her mouth as if to ward away the horror like a poisonous vapor. Yeah, it's not a pretty sight. A handful of dark figures stands above the fallen, treading on limbs and backs and heads, jerking their axes from bodies as if from half-split logs as they prepare to add you to the sprawling pile beneath them. One of them, towering and severe, with a thick beard tasseled with knots, holds a wet blade at the neck of a man you recognize as Hayden, the last of your caravan left standing. So Hayden was the guy with this small shop. Lay down your arms, trespasser. Do not forfeit this man's life for a fight you will lose. Okay, so we have kind of because our skill in lore, we can go with this answer. The ruin has not been sullied by our hands, men of Aer Glanfath. Your words carry no weight when I have seen the truth with my own eyes. Blood must be paid for this intrusion. So I say again, lay down your arms. Don't trust them. They mean to kill us all. I guess that's like Heodan screaming that or something. Okay, so the only things I can choose to well, I have a lot of things to choose from, really. I will go with this intellect 15. Judging by the string of animal teeth around your neck, I am guessing you're a worshipper of Galawain. If Galawain told you to stop protecting the runes, would you? The man frowns and motions as if to swing his axe. Heodan pinches, but the blow never comes. Instead, the man cocks his head, intrigued, of course, but he would not, if it's by the command of all the gods that we accept this charge. It is by the command. How do you know? Because it's consistent with their beliefs, or because it's what you were told? It has always been known to my people. I see, and what of Galawain's edict, that weakness and age must be purged by youth and strength. You think Galawain would want some moldy, crumbling stones to survive long after the builders have turned to dust. The man's nostrils flare as he fumes. He would not. He told us otherwise. I'm sure he did, just not you personally. But why should that stop you from killing innocents? Distracted, the man's grip falters on his axe handle, and he nearly fumbles it, affording Heodan the moment he needs to dodge out of his swing, which comes too late. Howling with rage, the man charges you instead. So yeah, we will have a fight. So they are free, but we are free as well. And now we have Heodan. So it's a level 1 rogue drifter. She's an explorer. Okay, cool. Yeah, he has some mechanics and stuff. And daggers. Alright. So how to tackle this? It looks like there is a ranged guy, I guess. Now it's a dagger.
What you need?
Well, I have to put my... Oops. No uses left. Okay, so I had a kind of set amount of uses of these skills. And now I have to rest, I guess. That's too bad. I will have to go beast mode. Let's just go with the beast mode, I guess. And this
How can I help?
guy has a blinding strike. I can use the blinding strike on that guy. Go with the boar. Okay, so this guy is flanked, which will decrease his deflection a bit. Yeah, he's getting a little bit gangbanged. Let's try to focus on this guy that is hitting him in the back. Nice. Your enemy lies supine in the ground, unable to rise. His companions now silent among the other dead. His breath comes in wheezing, fitful gasps. He looks not at you, but at the sky above you. Forgive us. Barely audible beneath his choked sighs, a whisper of wind stirs the air. At this, the man's eyes roll back as he closes them. Good, good. The gods are just. A queer smile crosses his face. I am ready. The wind begins to swell, so I guess this is the bailiwick. The wind begins to swell, whipping around the camp, electric and volatile, upending pots and rattling tents like an angry spirit. You can feel it begin to seep beneath your skin, like a jetty beginning to succumb to the surge of a great wave, and where it pierces you, it feels as though it is rendering you apart from within. Seated against the wagon wheel amidst the howling maelstrom slashed across chest and bowel, Odema's body stirs, and with great effort he raises his sagging head. His eyes barely open. He looks directly at you. Okay, so Odema isn't dead.
Get inside! Run!
Okay. So, it's a Beoric. So... Straining against a gale that threatens to pull you off of your feet with every step, you set your hands in the worn folds of weathered rock and set about pulling yourself up to the well, with the last burst of energy before your arms give out, you swing yourself up onto the ledge. Hayden trails behind, slowed by injury and delayed by early hesitation. As he nears the face of the rocks, one of the fallen attackers, who had been feigning death, lunges for Hayden and topples him onto the rocky ground. Restrained, Hayden lashes out against his fatigued assailant, but struggles to break his hold. They are close to you. Despite the wind from your position, if you were to throw your weapon at the attacker, you would have a good chance at hitting your mark. Yeah, so I wouldn't need more dexterity to do option number 2, but I guess I just throw my weapon. Your aim is true and the hit jars Hayden loose. Lurching to his feet, Hayden clambers up the base of the rocks. As he nears the top, however, the wind flares, pulling him sideways and tearing one of his hands free. But diving out onto the hard rock, you manage to catch hold of it. Securing his other hand, you pull with waning strength, and it feels as though your arms will be jerked out of their sockets. They hold just long enough for Hayden to set his feet and join you on the trembling ledge. There is a deep resonance to the swelling wind now. You feel it in the rocks beneath your feet and inside the cavity of your own chest, as though it would shake the marrow from your bones. Each new gust menaces the old stones before you, loosening connections, unsettling balances. As you dart beneath the old archway, the entire portal begins to fall beneath its own weight.
Was that?
A Bewick. Had to be.
Then we're lucky to be alive.
And we're the only ones.
We can't stay here. There could be another collapse. We're not getting out that way anyway. Let's get further inside.
Okay. Nice one. So at least we survived. But like they said, we are the only ones left. We have a lot of updates in our journal. But anyway, I will end this part now. It was quite long with the character building and stuff. So let's continue in the next one. So see you then. Goodbye.